"He who knows he has enough is rich," wrote Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu, author of the Tao Te Ching. What if someone offered you the Mona Lisa with the stipulation that you couldn't sell it? Sure, you'd have the opportunity to gaze on a breathtaking painting 24 hours a day, but suddenly, the responsibility of one of humanity's greatest treasures would rest squarely on your shoulders. Needless to say, it'd be no small task to keep her secure from theft, clean from dust and debris, protected from sunlight, and stored at the optimum temperature and humidity. No doubt, you also have to deal with a steady stream of art lovers wanting to view her. In all likelihood, any pleasure you derive from her ownership would be usurped by the burden of her care and upkeep. Before long, that mysterious smile may no longer seem so charming. On second thought, thanks but no thanks. We'll leave her in the Louvre instead. However, we're incredibly lucky in our modern society to have access to so many of mankind's masterpieces without having to acquire and maintain them ourselves. Our cities are such amazing resources of art, culture, and entertainment that we have no need to create artificial approximations of them within our own four walls. Joy of acquisition versus joy of owning nothing. Let's understand the responsibility and expense of having the print archivally matted and properly framed. First, you have to tackle the issue of where to display it. Then, you have to think how a modern work of art would look in your apartment. You also have to consider things as lighting, glare, and sightlines. Once you worked through these issues, and finally able to sit back and admire your treasure, imagine the surprise when one day some kind of mishap happened to your precious print. You couldn't fathom how it had happened to professional frame, but there was nothing you could do but let it be. Then, there are problems where apartment lease prohibited wall hangings, so the print acquired a less glamorous position on the floor, and after several relocations, you finally become less enthusiastic about hauling it around and finding places to put it. Imagine, what if you have decided to let the museums handle the art, and you would go and enjoy it at your leisure? Therefore, finding ways to enjoy without owning is one of the keys to having a minimalist home. Take example of those cappuccino makers gathering dust in our kitchen cupboards. In theory, it seems convenient to be able to make a steaming cup of frothy java in the comfort of our own homes. However, in reality, the contraption is a pain to drag out, set up, and clean up when we're finished. And to top it off, the brew never seems to taste quite as good. It's somehow less special when we can have it anytime. After playing barista a few times, we realize it's more fun to visit the local coffee shop and soak in the ambience while sipping our drink. According to a minimalist lifestyle, we need to resist the temptation to recreate the outside world within our abodes. Unfortunately, however, trends in home design have been moving in the opposite direction. Media rooms, fitness centers, and bathroom spas are all becoming the rage in the luxury home market. It's almost as if we're going to hunker down and never leave our houses. But instead of purchasing, maintaining, and repairing all that equipment, why not have a fun night out at the movies? Go to the gym, or take a walk, or treat yourself to a day at the local spa. That way, you can enjoy such activities when it strikes your fancy, without having to store and care for all the stuff. For even less work and worry, apply the same principle to your backyard. Keep it neat and maintained, but don't feel compelled to create a botanical extravaganza behind your house. Instead, we can do as city dwellers do and take advantage of public parks and gardens. There, professional landscapers do all the hard work, leaving you free to enjoy an ever-changing panorama of flowers and foliage. It's a great way to get your greenery fix without having to own a garage full of lawn and garden equipment. Likewise, there's no need to turn your yard into a 5-star resort, complete with pool, tennis courts, fire pit, and outdoor living rooms when you can enjoy similar amenity and much less upkeep at the local community center or swim club. According to minimalism philosophy, if you're particularly susceptible to buying pretty things, repeat "enjoy without owning" as a mantra when you're out shopping. Admire the delicacy of a glass figurine, the metalwork on an antique bracelet, or the vibrant colors of an artisan vase. But instead of bringing them home, leave them in the showcase. Minimalist Approach says, think of it like a museum trip, an opportunity to admire the beauty and design of well-crafted objects without the possibility or pressure of ownership. You can do the same while surfing the internet, and to be honest, you get just as much satisfaction from looking at the pictures as you would from owning the pieces. In our quest to become minimalists, we want to reduce the amount of things in our homes that require our care and attention. Fortunately, we have ample opportunity to do so, simply by shifting some of our pleasures and activities into the public realm. In fact, these minimalist action produces a pretty wonderful side effect. When we hang out in parks, museums, movie houses, and coffee shops, instead of trying to create similar experiences in our own homes, we become significantly more socially active and civically engaged. By breaking down the walls of stuff around us, we're able to get out into the world and enjoy fresher, more direct, and more rewarding experiences. Music is the space between the notes, says composer Claude Debussy's. Minimalism teaches us beauty requires a certain amount of emptiness to be appreciated. Otherwise, you have only chaos and cacophony. The core idea of minimalism is life is the space between our things. Therefore, too much clutter can stifle our creativity and make our lives discordant. Conversely, the more space we have, the more beautifully and harmoniously we can live. By creating space in our homes, we put the focus back where it should be, on what we do rather than what we own. Life is too short to waste fussing over stuff. For when we're old and gray, we won't wax poetic on the things we had, but rather on what we did in the spaces between them. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more empowering content. Thanks for watching,